Hey guys, it's me. I'm just gonna use the regular webcam for this. Uh, oh man. We got back from con yesterday, and oh my god, we had so much fun. Um, you like my new hat? Yeah? I don't know what it's gonna do to it wearing it over the headphones, but I don't think I'll be doing it after this just because I wanted to wear it still. I've got terrible wig hair from the last 2 days of wearing wigs, and so spare you guys that fun. Um, Thanks YouTube for telling me important things I needed to pack. Um, I I swear I wouldn't have been able to get through it without like the wisdom of con goers before me, and just I swear I had so much fun. The first day I went in normal clothes, and that was great. We got this really funny shot of me on the floor. We were taking a break the first day, and we got some people that were coming in. I think they like went to their car to get something or something, because it was really late in the day to be coming into con from the parking lot. But we were taking a break in the parking structure because it's really like right next to it, and we were downstairs. And we were sitting in the corner, and I was wearing this orange shirt that my friends know I have. It's like a prison shirt from like something I did in high school. It's got numbers on it. And so there were these two girls. They were dressed as kind of warriors of different things. And they were like, okay, you get in the shot too. And I was like, okay. So I like crawled on the ground over to them, like backwards because they were behind me. And so I just stayed there, and they were like, "Gah, we're gonna kill you." And I was like, "Ah!" And that was funny. I wish I could show you guys all the funny pictures that we took. There were funny ones, there were really cool ones, there were just all the people and the stuff that we saw. It was so great. And the second day, I cosplayed as Mocha Akashiya from Rosario and Vampire. Not many people watched the show or watched it recently enough to remember, so there weren't too many people who knew who I was. Then again, it's more of a Comicon than a anime convention, so the people that did know who I was were like, oh my god, I never see Mocha cosplayers. And I even bumped into somebody who was kind of doing the other side of Mocha. If you're not familiar with it, Mocha's a vampire, and she goes to high school where you're not supposed to show your vampires, where you're not supposed to show your monster side, so they all have, like, human versions of themselves. She wears a rosary around her neck to seal away her vampire side, so when it's removed, she turns into, like, this, instead of pink-haired bubbly girl, she's, like, this white-haired vampire. And so I saw somebody who was wearing the white wig, the red contacts, and the teeth. And she was supposed to be Mocha, but she left her necklace at home, and she was wearing the wrong outfit, but she was supposed to be Mocha. And I thought that was cool. I ran into some other people who knew who I was, and they're like, it would be really cool if you ran into a Skune. And I'm like, yeah, it would be really cool, but nobody cosplays Skune without doing it in a group, because you need to have at least Mocha or one of the other girls with you, if not all of them. So it's just like nobody cosplays the guy character from like High School of the Dead or anything without having the girls next to you, because if you don't have the girls, you just look like a random high school kid in any anime, really. It's not like if you're cosplaying as Zero from Vampire Knight or like one of the seriouser animes. This is like one of the ones that's more about the girls than anything, so you would see more girl cosplayers. And then the last day I kind of just did my own thing. I was wearing like this vampire creation that I had, and I would show you the stuff, but I did not have pictures on my computer, and I'm not sure how to incorporate those quite yet. But I did promise to show you guys the video of the stuff I got. I have got all of it, I just haven't had the time, and I forget where I stopped with the stuff, so I need to review those videos and, well, just get the rest of the stuff that I got, because I got a bunch of really cool stuff, and I wanted to show you guys. But on to the things that we bought. This hat was $20 from the last day. I think it was like Lemonade something. I didn't get their card, but I did get their email receipt. But we went to so many things. These are all the business cards I picked up. There's one for the hotel in here, but meh. We were staying at the Fairfield Inn Resorts. If you haven't stayed there, it's not like the high-endy kind of hotels, but it's really nice. We got it for a pretty reasonable price. It was fairly cheap, actually. For the two of us, for the 2 nights that we stayed, it was really good. The service was excellent. The only problem that I had was that the shuttle didn't run on the weekends, which is kind of when we needed it. It would have saved us about $20. Because, I mean, we had to take a cab to and from the hotel. It would have been easier to take the shuttle and cheaper, but it wasn't too terribly bad considering $20, that's to and from for 2 days. It was about $5 minus the extra fees, so it was around $10. It was under $10 for each trip, just because it was under a mile to get there, really. But the cab guys were really nice. It seems to me like the people that don't know about conventions, even if they're in a convention town or area, they don't really know what's going on. So when they pick people up, it's like they don't remember that this happens all the time. So like, oh, you going to a costume party? No, we were at the convention center for a convention. But we saw a lot of conventioners at the hotel, and we ran into a bunch of them when we went to dinner on Friday. Friday night we ran into a bunch of them at the place we were having dinner, just randomly having their after party, because I forgot that's where it was. Didn't even think about it, because I knew we wouldn't have the money to go to the after parties. But when we were leaving, they're like, hey, karaoke in the back, and we're like, well, okay. So we went and did some karaoke with a bunch of people that were still in their cosplays, or they had taken it off, but we could see what they were before. Like, there was Ninja Joker. I don't know how it worked, but it worked phenomenally. He was like wearing an purple ninja suit with like his Joker face and hair and everything. And then the next day we saw the same guy for, well, the next 2 days, because it's an easier one to do. He was prom Batman. He had like the Batman mask and face paint, like the full hood, with like this pink prom dress with the bat symbol on it. It was so funny. He was hilarious about it. He was very serious. We're like, hey, it looks like he's about to go go out with Joker, because Joker always wears a suit, you know? But I remember he showed us once he had his phone in one boob and his wallet in the other, and it was like, it was funny to me. So, in no specific order, I'll pretty much tell you what day we bought it, or I bought it, because we got a lot of stuff. I don't have all of the things personally I purchased, because the friend that I was going with didn't have any money, so I bought a few things for her as well, which she has taken home with her. So I'll tell you what I got when I got them. First off, we got the mug. There was this old-time soda stand, and they had 3 sizes of cups, and you buy the cup, you get free refills for the whole day, and if you come back another day or any other place that you're going to see them at, just $5 more free refills for the rest of the day. So these were the $15 mugs. There was 10, 15, and 20, or it was either 20 or 25. And those mugs were really cool, but they were too expensive for me. So I got 2 of these, and then we refilled them again the next day. We got them on Saturday. For those of you who don't know, conventions are Friday, Saturday, Sunday events. Lots of people don't usually go all 3 days, except for the people that are actually coming from out of town or staying in a hotel or something. Like the really intense people, the lots of times even the businesses don't stay there all 3 days. So it's important for me that we went all 3 days for the first one, just because I really wanted the full con experience. And I got it, and I was very satisfied and happy. These are Wild Bills. They're commemorative cups. They've got the date on it and everything. Wild Bills 2014 Old Fashioned Soda Pop Company, and it's got their stuff on it. It was really good. I got the vanilla cream soda for the first day, and then most of the second day, but they ran out when we went to go get some more refills. So then I got the sarsaparilla, and I forgot to drink it, but the sips that I did taste were good. They had a bunch of different flavors though. You walk up and you get the ice. It tastes better without ice because it melts before you can drink it all, just because they're very deep cups, deceptively. Like, that's a lot of soda. So I just stopped getting ice after that point. But you walk up and it's like a soda tap fountain, but they're barrels, and it's cool. Because it's like this weird barrel truck inside the convention center. Of course, I got this hat the last day. It was $20. It was really, I had to. I just had to. It was like the last thing I bought, and I was being practical. I was like, it's a hat, I love it, and I can wear it anytime, but also winter's coming. Winter is coming. So I needed a hat to keep me warm, because I don't have like the 5 million pounds of luscious locks that I do have. And on we have my next purchase here. I also bought this the last day. It was my first purchase. I really wanted this. I saw this the second day. This is a real wolf's, or not wolf's, it's a real foxtail. Like, I was talking about this, again, after I purchased it. I agree with people who don't buy fur or leather or anything like that. It's just, I don't buy poached fur or leathers. It's not that I think that it's a humane treatment of animals, but it's like, these animals were raised and killed for a reason. And no, I don't buy from places that I know mistreat animals. But these animals, they're already dead. I'm not going to say that I don't sympathize for the plight of animals. I do. But it's already been made into a beautiful piece that I personally will respect and love and cherish as long as I have it. And like, there's no way this tail is going anywhere from my side for the next 15 plus years. As well as my leather jacket that I've had since my 16th birthday. It's stuff that I take care of and I treat well and I love. Like, the coat that I have, my winter coat, is faux fur on the rim. And I absolutely love the thing. I gotten it relined last winter because I just love it. There's stuff that I will keep forever because I don't want to lose it. And this tail and that jacket are one of them, despite them being real fur. I just prefer them that way because if it's real fur, I know I will care for it better. Like, when I was over there, this was one of the last couple of ones that they had. And I was so happy to see, because this is the one that I liked, that it was still there the next morning when I got there. It was $20, which is a surprisingly good deal for a good tail. I've seen plenty of people with really good ones running around. I really do hope they take care of them, just because these are something that you need to take care of. Because it is real fur. They had raccoon, foxes, and there were some other animals that they had the tails for that were smaller. I can't specifically remember it now. But this is the one I wanted, and I was so glad I got it. Just because it's gorgeous and fluffy. And I remember they said their booth, they didn't have a website, they didn't have any kind of social media. It was just you found them at a convention or at the Renaissance Fair. And that's the reason I'm wearing this shirt. There was a booth for Scarborough Renfest. I didn't buy this shirt. I've had this for quite some time. I actually found this. This is a Texas Renaissance Fair. We found this at a Colorado thrift store, which was so funny because we love this fair, and we found that shirt, and it was great. Pudding. And I was really happy about it. We got some more stuff. I got this ring. It's a beautiful ring. I've seen others like it, but I really wanted one. It was $8. And on the first day when I got home, it broke. So I'm going to have to fix it. Probably just going to buy some super glue, and if that doesn't work, I'll find something. Because I really like it. It was supposed to go with my outfit on the third day because that one could use a little more bling. We got it from this booth that I got the card for because they sell a bunch of stuff. It's called Knives, Swords, and Anime, or Milo's Anime Armory. We wanted to buy some knives there because they had a life size and a smaller version of the replicas of the Joker's knife in Batman Dark Knight Rises. Or not Dark Knight Rises, but the Dark Knight. Like a Joker's switchblade. But they also sell like big things like the Keyblade or the Master Sword of general typical anime stuff. But lots of katanas, and it's really cool stuff. Martial arts, wall scrolls, cosplay, trading cards, t-shirts, self-defense, and collectibles. It's a lot of stuff. That's where we got the ring. Sad that it broke, but you know, I still will buy from them because they had a lot of stuff, and they had really cool sales guys that were all in steampunk hats and stuff, and they weren't half bad looking. So check them out if you're in the Louisville area and you want some cool deets. This is another thing I got the second day. It's a handmade bookmark. It's not laminated. She said if you laminate it, it will make a very good bookmark, but if not, it's a nice piece of art. I probably need to get it laminated because I'm gonna want to use it as a bookmark. It was made by Catherine Crenshaw of the Galactic Dust Bunnies. I have their card. They make a webcomic called The States of Disunion. It's on Tumblr, I think. But I think it's adorable. It's a little Harley Quinn holding a Joker doll. And it's so adorable. I think it's so cute. You're gonna see a lot of that kind of stuff if you hadn't noticed. There would have been more things that I bought, but being more of an anime fan than a comic book fan, I kind of just bought to my taste. And you can find a lot of the stuff of Harley Quinn and Joker at a comic book convention just because they're very popular in the DC universes. Like there were buttons. It was like 1 for this much or 6 for this much. And so we got 6, I got 3, and my friend got 3. I can't remember the kind that she got, but I got this one of the Joker holding his playing card. This one, if you can't tell where she is, it's when Harley Quinn was getting a mugshot. So there's like numbers in the background and lines, but it's hard to tell. And this is one of Loki, because I do enjoy Loki from the Avengers. He's pretty sexy. I have a thing for bad guys just because it's that whole I need intelligence over brute strength and for want of justice. I remember explaining it to somebody at a booth that we all have a way that it's just there's not much difference between bad guys and good guys. Bad guys and good guys all do something to change the world in a specific way. It's just that the bad guys have more of a way that's looked upon negatively by society and other people. We're all trying to get to a similar conclusion. It's just some are a little less. Some are just a little more willing to do whatever it takes, which can mean the loss of civilian lives. And yes, there are some people that are mad and just want to kill people, but it's their intelligence, their extreme intelligence, like the Joker. He's not out to specifically change anything. He just finds chaos beautiful in the fact that it's not pre-planned, it's not specific, it's not it needs to be this way. He finds chaos and mutual destruction beautiful because it just is. It's mad and it's I just find his mentality fascinating and wonderful, and he's also one of those characters that enjoys a good laugh and knows how to find things funny. He's very specific about laughter being key. And so that's a very similar opinion that I have with lots of characters that I enjoy, that they enjoy laughter and they know how to find humor in things that not many people find funny. But we can talk about my nerdy crushes later. This is a piece that I got at another booth. If you're unfamiliar, I have Poison Ivy with a plant over here. She's like, ah. This is Harley with her bombs, because bombs. Probably filled with laughing gas. Or just explosions, because explosions are cool. And this is Catwoman. She's got a bag of catnip there at the bottom, if you can't read it. And she's just like spacing out there with her drugs, and the mouse is like, what? At her big scratching post. And this one doesn't have any sign of the author on it. I might be able to remember which one I went to for it. I don't think I picked up their business card, though. No, I didn't. I got a ton of business cards. But that's that, and I really like it. It's adorable. And I didn't even notice they had different backgrounds. Like, Ivy's got leaves all over the place. Harley's got the Harlequin checkers and everything. And Catwoman has these little cats in the background. That was $10. I think this bookmark was like 5 or 10. Can't remember. The tail was 20, I did say that. Then I got these prints here. They were small prints. I believe they were $5 each. This one, they were double-sided, so when I put them in my bag, I put them in like this, and I picked them up, and I saw the other sides, and I was like, wait, I didn't buy these. So this one has the Joker on it. I like it because it's really cool, creepy view of him, with those disco lights in the back. And the other side has Bane on it, like the original Bane from Batman. Like if you didn't see the Clooney version, who didn't see the Clooney version, we'd like to forget it, but it did have some good points in it. Like Bane was really cool. I liked the way they did him. And this side has just regular Harley Quinn on it. She's just like, hi! I think she's got a gun in her hand. Yeah, she's got the gun in her hands at the top there. And then on this side, it has her playing guitar. Like, eh. Because she's cool like that. Then we're on to the bigger things that I bought. Like, literally, they're much bigger. Like, this is the big. The rest of them are all this size. I got this one, which is the Joker, if you couldn't tell, you know. It was signed by the artist. His signature's right here. He signed it right in front of me. It was really funny watching him try to pick out the Sharpie to sign it with. He was working on a bunch of different pieces every time we went to see him because he would be working on his stuff live because he did take specific commissions. He had a bunch of the black and white ones that weren't filled out. You could buy them black and white or buy them colored. And if you wanted, he could color a black and white one for you specifically, and you could pick it up later. Some people were buying them to be picked up later at a different con, like I saw when we went to go talk to them the next day after. Someone was like, yeah, so you're going to be in Chicago that weekend to pick this up. Yeah. And they're like, either way, we have each other's phone numbers, so we could arrange something if it didn't work out. But I got this one. There were other ones, but I liked this one the best. I really enjoy when people take different views on the same character, especially when they're dark and twisted, because Joker's a very dark and twisted person. Like, if you hadn't seen, like, the posters I have on my wall, I have this weird one of the Joker that's got, like, lipstick smeared all over his face, and, like, his face is coming away with bats. If you hadn't seen it, they sold him at Walmart. Then there was this other booth that said if you buy 3 posters, you get the 4th one free, so I bought 3, and I got another one for my friend. This one is the Japanese poster for Howl's Moving Castle. It's really dark, so you can't see it. Reflections! But that's the castle, with not much else but the ground beneath it, and some sky around it. They were $5 without the poster, $5 without the sleeve, $8 with it, which wasn't a problem for me, so I just bought all of them with the sleeves. So that was cool. They're really thick sleeves. I bought the sleeve separate from this poster because they ran out, which is pretty nice of them not to charge for sleeves when they're selling their work, but I had to buy it somewhere else. So that was a $3 sleeve. The next one I got is Edward Elric ripping off his coat there from his bionic arm from Full Metal Alchemist. I really like that one. It shows the scarring around his metal pieces as well. I did see a girl playing or cosplaying as Ed. I always thought that it would be perfect if I saw someone that came together as Ed and Al. But it's very difficult to do an Alphonse cosplay just because the piece is very detailed and you'd end up looking like a transformer. Yeah. And then the last one I got was the Labyrinth, because it's the Labyrinth. I did get another ring, actually. I wanted to get more from this booth, but I did not have the money. It was a corset booth. This is the ring that I bought. It's a lovely rose piece. And it worked excellent with the character I was playing. I wore it on my pinky here. in contrast with the ring on this hand. Just because it's not a first ring. It's not a first finger ring. By my personal tastes. Originally my thought was this ring would go on my left hand on kind of just like my middle finger, and it would kind of just rest here. And this ring would go on this pinky. Ew. This ring would go on this pinky because there was so much ring on this hand that I needed to compensate on the other. But since it broke, I kind of just had to move it. I really wish I could show you guys all the clothing that I wore, because it was really cool. I'm gonna keep saying that just because I need to wash out that mug, though. It's got soda all up in that. So then we're gonna go over, and then I can show you the pictures of the stuff we got at the booths. There were these two guys going around. They're called Dim and Wit. And that's pretty much what they look like without eyes. The one of them had the hair, the things coming out, and the other one, his hat was a wig with flowers and stuff all up in it. We had to get pictures. They had wings and umbrellas, and it was great. They were like little fairies, and because they were fairy brothers. They're on Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Their card says, if you cannot find someone kind, be someone kind. And they're pretty much a charity group for sick kids. Their back of the card says, Hugs Heal. And they're really cool guys. I remember Sunday we saw one of the brothers out of costume because his other brother had to go home. And he was just a real sweet guy. Then we had a makeup booth that was just doing face painting and stuff. They had like all sorts of cool stuff, like the people were cosplaying with their makeup and paint and whatnot, and they looked really cool, and I saw a lot of their work running around. It was great. Their card says, from makeup to make epic. Cosplay cosmetics. They do a lot of professional grade makeup for cosplay and stuff like that. There were so many, let's see, steampunk booths. It was amazing. Like this card I picked up at a steampunk booth. It's for their not really a web comic, but like it's like their online book or journal or something. It's called The Good Airship Lollygag. It's like entirely written in like crew journals and stuff like that, and they said it was pretty good and still ongoing, so you can check it out. The goodairshiplollygag.wordpress.com. And like if you don't know how to spell it, that's words right there, just because I don't want to write everything down in the description, or I'll end up with a million miles of description. It's a collaborative steampunk adventures of magic, time travel, skullduggery, hijinks, shenanigans, mayhem, mad science, and romance. And I just enjoy steampunk. It's a beautiful thing. I'm not enough smart, and I like Victorian era and I like technology. They look great together, but I'm not that kind of person. Personally, I will enjoy looking at your things, but I couldn't do it myself unless I had a lot of help. There's another writer. We ran into lots of writers. Guardian Alive Awakening, writing, voice acting. They're cool. Sushi. Chibi Chains, they make chain jewelry. There were a couple of booths for that. Theirs was a very small booth. It was dedicated just to their chain work. They had some really cool looking stuff. We got some pictures with them. I really enjoyed the stuff that they had. It was really cool. I wish I had enough money to buy something from everyone. Everything was just so good. Hotel. professional camera person took my picture. They gave me their card. That was cool. I felt really flattered because I was just sitting there on the last day waiting for my friend while she took some pictures. I was just holding my umbrella and my makeup. I was holding my compact in one hand with my umbrella while I powdered my nose. I had to put my veil aside. If you don't know, it's that hat with the veil on it. If you haven't seen it, I was wearing that, and I had my veil aside so I could powder my nose, and she walked up and she said, "Don't stop what you're doing. Just continue to look into your compact." And I'm like, "Okay." And I was moving really slowly for her so she didn't get like a fuzzy picture. And she was like, "Here's my card. If you like it, you can tag yourself or whatever." So I don't know if she's going to upload that to Facebook or not, but I felt really cool because I was checking out like the website. It's like professional cosplay stuff. And it says she's an editor-in-chief, so she knows what she's looking at. And that someone from a professional stance could see something that a first-time cosplayer had ever done. It's not even a cosplay, it's just kind of an outfit. But that a professional can see me at my first convention and say, "I like what you've got." That's a severe compliment to me. They run an online magazine at it seems. It's c+2magazine.com. C stands for charisma. An agency of gamers and cosplayers. So, I mean, I felt really flattered that happened. This was the booth that we picked up the steampunk stuff for. It was My Teacup Treasures. They made some really cute stuff with leather and comic book keychains and bracelets, but they were very steampunky, and it was really cool. And this is the card for one of the artists I'm looking into. I'm trying to get a new page display for my for this. I can't tell you my intentions just because I don't want to give it away, and I don't want people to like get too excited about it. But I'm looking into contracting an artist to get a new overhang just because that one's not entirely accurate anymore with the picture. I love it to death. I'm gonna keep it forever, but I want a new artwork for my display. And this was also something we picked up over there, the Esteemed Emporium Steampunk Wares. They made all the gadgets and gizmos and whatnot. This was another artist we saw that did some very good pictures. Like, this is some of their work. They draw a lot of the steampunk girls. That's one of their more appropriate pictures. Some of them were a lot more scandalous. There was Jamie Tyndall, art books, prints, calendars, commissions. I'm pretty sure I stumbled upon them on DeviantArt. It's not the thing I was looking for my channel, but it's very good stuff. So if you want to check them out, they're on Facebook, DeviantArt, and it looks like, oh, that's just email. But they draw some really cool babes. Blue Envy Designs. It's a little, there's a cupcake. They don't do food, they do artwork. They did some really cool stuff, and rawartist.org/blueenvydesigns. They're really cool. I can't keep explaining everyone is really cool, but they all have such great artwork that you just need to check everybody out. This is the card I got from the corset booth. For them, it's corseted by Generations of Art. That's what the GOA stands for. And the woman that was at the booth is the one who actually makes the corsets. She sized us both on the first day and gave us our measurements. This is really what a purchase card would be, but she wrote down our measurements on it. Oh, they're on Facebook. But I would need to make a custom order just because I have a specific size, as people who are generally referred to as hourglass figures. It's very we love corsets because they're the only thing that really show off our figure, but the figure of because that's what corsets are generally designed to do, give an hourglass figure or the appearance of one, or if at least just make you look thinner and bustier. But as people who already have this, we need to make either we need to get over it and just buy regular ones that don't look as good on us or don't fit properly, or we need to get custom designed ones that are specific to our body shape so that they look the way they should. Like the one that they gave me was fine for the top and bottom, but the middle could have gone in like at least 4 or 5 more inches. And so that was fun getting measured. If you're curious, 34.5 waist, 44.5 bust, and 46.5 hip, with a 12 bottom torso. Like, it would be longer in the bottom, is what that means. Because it went up fine. It stopped around here on me for the top, which is absolutely fine. I prefer kind of that much of a fit that it stops a little bit over the bust, but that it goes into the hip is very important for me because I have large hips, and as you can see. But that's... I am surprised a little bit in the measurements just because 10 inches is a big difference when you're talking about circumference. That means... damn. I'm excited though. They're really reasonable with the prices. They had steel boning, not like plates, which is what I'm used to when looking at classic Renaissance work, but it's more modern so that it gives more of a movability to it. So they also have spring boning, like the steel spring in some of them, but the regular steel plated boning, not plated, but like the steel boning is a little more forgiving than the spring. I saw a woman on our last day who had whalebone in hers, which if you're not familiar with it, they stopped doing for a while because of the extinction of whales. But whaleboning is supposed to be lighter, easier to carry. It's not as heavy as steel, but it's also more flexible. Gives you a little more wiggling in it. If you're not used to corsets can be very uncomfortable. You can lace it wrong. There are tricks that people use to lace themselves, though typically I'm one of those people who prefers having someone else lace you. I don't like front lacing is strange for me. I prefer back lacing, but also I don't like the modern cheapity way of doing it where you have like clasps in the front or buttons or zippers. I have them with zippers just because I had to buy cheap ones from thrift stores, but I remember talking to someone and they said that the ones you can get plenty of them that have the steel reinforced front that buttons in the front. You just tie it and unsteel it, but those can actually destroy the way that it fits or the fabrics and the fitting of your corset. It's really bad for it if you wear them a lot, like people like me would do, because I love corsets and I would gladly wear them all the time if I could. Anyway, moving on, because this is really long already. I just kind of got up because, well, I need to do something today. Like, my luggage is still in the living room. This stuff was all on the floor because I was just admiring my purchases. And now I've been going on for more than a half hour, so I need to wrap this up. This is one from Geek Fire Labs. They also did artwork that was really cool. Gifts, buttons, pendants, art prints, and lip balms. They had some really cool stuff. what we got. I think we got something from them, but I'm not sure. There was a booth that I bought since my friend that I took is very new to the fandoms. I introduced her to Black Butler first and Rosario and Vampire the next because she needed to know a little bit about my character that I was cosplaying, and she liked both. So when we got there, we were looking for Black Butler stuff just because that's what we're all about. But this being a comic book convention, most of this stuff was very small or like a poster that was like $50. We got some buttons. Alright, she got some buttons, a keychain, some more buttons, and I got her a poster of Sebastian. We saw hair bows. I think that's where that one was from. We saw hair bows with different characters on them. I'm not much of a bow wearer, so I didn't buy any hair bows. But overall, I'm extremely pleased with my purchases. I bought a lot of stuff. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait. 14, 15 things for me if you don't include the second day of the cup, because I had to buy that more. And then I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things for her if you don't count the second refill. I'm really happy with the stuff that I got and the experience that I got to have. We also bought the dinner the first night, and we bought pizza the second night, and all the food that we didn't eat. We bought bread and like peanut butter for sandwiches, and we didn't make sandwiches because we're slow. But we did bring plenty of snacks. We brought granola bars, Nutri-Grain bars. We bought Pocky because Pocky's awesome, and if you haven't had Pocky, where are you? And we got candy we didn't eat. We got soda we drank some of, and like most of the time it was just us at the convention going, we should sit down, I'm tired. I'm like, we should get more soda because we need to stay hydrated. I brought water, but we didn't drink much of it. We drank more water at the hotel. It's still good that we did drink water, though, because you can hear me now. I'm kind of just... I brought cough drops, which were good. We needed that. But, I mean, we just had such a blast. There was an unfathomable number of cosplayers of Deadpool. I can't tell you how many Link Deadpools I saw, how many just plain Deadpools I saw. We saw a couple of sexy nurse Deadpools. We saw a zombie dead zombie dead nurse Deadpool. There was a Playboy bunny Deadpool that was just wearing like pink spotted underwear, a collar, and some ears. He was carrying around a boombox. He took a picture for us. He was like, and then immediately turned around to take pictures with a Power Ranger, pulled down his panties, and was like, ah! And there were so many funny ones. There were ones... okay, so we were on the patio. If you haven't been to the Irving Convention Center, there's this patio that looks... we were looking at the escalators, and around the escalator way, there's just glass walls all around it, so you can look out and see where you are. And so they would stand on the 3rd level, while we were on the 2nd level of the patio, and they would just, like, bang on the glass wall. And at some point you could see, like, 12 of them riding the escalator together. We were coming down from the 2nd floor to the 1st floor, and we saw 2 Deadpools. One was pulling the other behind them, and they were being chased by a Harley Quinn. Not a Deadpool Harley Quinn, but just like a Harley Quinn. There was this guy who did 3 cosplays. The first one, he was Harley Quinn Boy. He was like boy Harley Quinn. The second day, he was again Harley Quinn boy, but the next day he was something else entirely. But there was this guy who was Jessica Rabbit, but as a man. So he was like in the dress and heels, and he had red hair, and he had makeup and gloves. But he was leaving when we saw him, so he had his heels in his hand. But the next day he played Beast from the X-Men or something like that. I can't remember. He was blue. He had blue hair, blue ears, and everything. He had the claws and the fuzz in his jacket was blue. His his suit was blue and everything. It was so cool. We got a picture with him all 3 days, I think. Yeah, we did. We got a picture of him all 3 days. And then the next day he was Mr. Venture. And so he had red hair again, and I was like, you are an expert at getting rid of body paint. And he was like, shh, shh. He's like, I couldn't get rid of all the spirit gum. So he had like little flecks of blue inside his ears, but that was about it. I was like, nobody sees it. And it was just great because we got to have so many cool conversations with people about either cons or makeup, or not even, just like about regular life. The only panel that we went to, just because lots of people had to cancel, but we weren't gonna like change tickets or anything because we already got the time off from work. I'm so glad I got today off, or I would be dead. My legs are stupid tired. Ow. I'm just so tired right now. Anyway, convention was just something I'm never gonna forget. I can't believe all the stuff that I got, all the fun that I had, all the people that I met, all the things that I saw. And I cannot wait to go to another one, especially if it's gonna be a bigger one like A-Con or A-Fest. I know a lot of people are going to Fright Fest. I would love to go to Fright Fest, but again, cons usually happen on the weekends, and I can't do weekends. This was hard enough to get for me. I put in for this time off a month in advance, and I was like ready to go. I'm like, if I can't get this, I'm gonna quit because I need to take all this time off. And I'm just so happy, and I'm so tired, and I'm probably just gonna put dishes in the dishwasher and go back to sleep because I'm so tired. But I had so much fun, and it was so amazing, and I'm gonna try to pull as much footage and pictures that I can off of my camera, and if I can upload it, I'll be great, and if I can't, well, if you know me on Facebook, I hope you enjoy our albums, and if you're not, well, you can. I don't really know if I should connect Facebook to this. Just because I don't need those weird people. Like, I know where you live. But I've got a couple of things that I need to pull off my camera for the channel anyway. Like the pre-vlogs that I did with my camera to see how it worked. Because I got a vlog of me going to the comic book store before con. I spent like $40 when I got there. I planned on only picking up the comic books that I had ordered, and then if like I saw any future copies, I ended up leaving with like 8 comic books in a book. So I spent like $40 at the comic book store, but I'm not ashamed of anything that I have done in the last 2 weeks. I'm so happy, and like I'm just gonna enjoy it while it lasts, because you know, stuff like this doesn't happen all the time. And if you do, you must make a lot of money. So I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy my pudding. And I will see you guys later when my voice heals for another reading. Bye, guys!